This is Brantley Womack, Pro Comp Roofing. We're out here at Mr. Keith Thompson's house. Today is May 11th, 2026. It's currently 80 degrees outside. Claim number 1198J043D. We're going to be doing an attempted repair on this shingle here. As you can see, it has a crease right here. Looking around, I'm gonna also do a repair test on this slope. I can't determine if this is the best slope or this is the best slope, both of which look pretty equally in decent shape to attempt a repair. Obviously this slope right here, this side 100% way too stained. It's going to be extremely brittle. This side back here has the most granule loss, so came to the conclusion that either the front slope or the right slope should in a sense hold up the best to trying to get a repair done on this roof. Now I know the last we spoke was that y'all have allocated extra waste factor for in case removing this shingle and putting a new shingle in causes any damage to anything around here. The only issue is if we remove this shingle and it damages this shingle and this shingle here, then now we're going to need to do a repair on these two shingles. Now, in which case, if pulling this one out and replacing it damages these two, then we can assume that pulling these two shingles out and replacing them is going to damage these two, and then so on, so forth, all the way up the whole slope of the roof. But anyway, first things first, let's see if we can repair it. So I have it drawn out here. We're going to be removing this shingle here and putting a new shingle in place of this one. All right, drop my chalk in here. The tools I'm going to be using, I'm going to be using a perfect 45-degree reference point to make sure that when I lift these shingles up that I don't go above a 45-degree angle, which in turn 45 degrees should allow me to be able to remove a shingle, put a new shingle in, put nails in without going over the top with the amount of lift that the shingle is going to gain. If we stay within 45 degrees, 90% of roofs that are repairable should be able to be repaired without issue. I have a paintbrush. What this is for is once we get this shingle out, we remove it, put the new shingle in. I'm going to lightly brush over the top of the shingles that are still existing. Obviously this is a very light brush. You can see it's not going to do anything to the roof without prior damage being caused. So in which case I should be able to brush across this, nothing's falling out, no harm, no foul. Same thing here, no harm, no foul, nothing's falling out. So right now we can see that we have some granule loss here, some granule loss. Same thing here. I mean, the roof is in old shape. It's going to have granule loss. We've already established that there is some wear on this roof. I believe the roof is between 15 and 20 years old, so that is 100% likely to see here. And the other tool I have a flat scraper. This thing is very flexible. The reason I used this over this to get these shingles loose is because you can see how thick this is. It's very, very thick. So I try not to break the adhesive loose with this because it could tear it up rather than actually separating it with the blade itself. So this should help keep the matting intact while separating these shingles compared to this. Now with this being so thick, if I get it under this part of the shingle, because of the thickness, it could try to lift the shingle here, in which case could potentially cause this part over here to rip because there's no structure underneath it. It's only getting pulled up by the thickness of this. Now this here, if I go under here with this flat bar, the only thing it's going to do is break this shingle apart from this shingle. Because it is so thin, it's not going to cause a raise way out to the side of where the structure of the actual tool is underneath the shingle. Now I will use this to get the nails out that are holding the shingle in. So right now we should be able to agree there should be nails in a nail line here. As long as this is installed properly, there should be nails straight across the bottom of the shingle above, and there should be another set of nails straight across the bottom of 2 rows above the shingle that we're taking out. That should be just in the very, very, very top of our subject shingle that we're trying to remove. So I have to get these nails out, which means I'm gonna have to detach this shingle, detach some of this shingle because the overlap is here, right here. I'm gonna have to detach this entire shingle to get the shingle out, and I'm gonna have to detach this row of shingles to get the very, very top nails that should be sitting here that are still overlapping onto this shingle here. So that's what we're going to be doing today, and that is our starting point. These are all the tools that I will be utilizing. So first things first, we're going to get these shingles loose and identify where the nails are and get those nails out to where this shingle right here can become loose enough to remove, to place another shingle underneath. So depending on where you start, usually personal preference, I always prefer to just start at the top, work down, work from the bottom back up to the top. That's how I've always done it. I've been doing roofing for 8 years. I was in construction on a crew building houses, installing shingles, repairing shingles, repairing a lot of different exterior things for pretty much, I mean, as long as I've been in the work field, that's what I've been doing. And I graduated high school in 2017, so pretty much middle summer of 2017 till now I've done some sort of construction work. I've been in roofing specifically, doing repairs on shingles, replacing roofs, all that good jazz for 8 years now. So again, this is the way that I've always done it. This is the way I will continue to do it. I've had the best luck with keeping shingles intact doing it this way. So that's what we're going to try to do. I'm going to be as careful as I possibly can while manipulating these shingles to be able to get this shingle out and put the new shingle in. So we'll start at the top right here. So we can see that we have a seam here. I'm going to get this up underneath here. And again, this is the very, very, very thin flat bar. Just got to get it started here. Okay, got that one. Okay, so you can see we're already, now I'm just going to stop right where I'm at, and you saw this is extremely thin. I'm already just losing granules significantly just from that little bit right there. Now I'm not being very rough with this, but I'm being intensive with trying to get this shingle loose from this shingle. So just, and now we're at this section here, and I cannot get this thing to go any farther underneath here. So here's what we're going to do. When I have this problem, you can see, I mean, this thing is, we have tons of granule loss right here already. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to move to this side, see if this, okay, this side here already has a little bit of looseness to it, which is great. It's a good starting point. It can help us get through the shingle without causing damage because it's already got some air underneath it over here. So you can just try to keep prying away at this, trying to get this loose, and it's just not wanting to budge. Okay, so, and again, this is a very, very, very flexible knife. There's no way this should be causing any issues to this. Now, if I pried up on this shingle is gonna rip, so I cannot do that. The only way I can get this loose is to continue to just kind of jab away at it right here with this in a flat formation to just try and break the adhesive line from each shingle. So if I pry up on this, it's going to rip the shingle. So I'm trying my best to stay as flat as I can. Now I have my fingers underneath. I'm almost scraping my fingers on the shingle because I'm keeping this so flat orientated. And now, as you can see, I mean, again, we just, let me not even use my hand, my finger, anything. Again, so we're loose to here. Okay, you can see that. Again, this, I mean, it's just, we actually have a slight tear right here. A slight tear. And I'm not even getting these shingles loose yet. So what that tells me already is that this slope, specifically the right slope, 100% non-repairable. Because, all right, Brantley Womack here again, May 11th, Keith Thompson. 1198J043D is claim number. It's 80 degrees outside. Just got done attempting a repair right over there on the right slope of the roof. We're gonna be trying to do one on the front slope of the roof. So just to make sure that, you know, we aren't being biased to one slope or anything like that, we're gonna do another attempt to repair here. So same thing as last time. Like to start from the top and go to the bottom. So what we're gonna do is grab our scraper here. There's nails right through here on this line. There's nails right through here on this line, both of which are in contact with the subject shingle, which is this one here that we're trying to remove. Using the same exact tools that I used over there, we're gonna hope that this one will at least come unstuck where that one did not. Okay, so start here. Okay, so this shingle's pretty much loose. Let's try this one. Okay, got that one loose. Okay, we're getting somewhere here. All right, definitely. Okay, so are in a good spot. Okay, well, the only shingle that's not. All right, so everything's loose. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're gonna put our scraper up, get our tool out, and just to go ahead and look, there's no significant creasing, no significant granule loss. Yeah, I mean, from what's already here, but nothing too far gone here. So let's try to get this shingle out. It's causing very, hopefully no damage. Okay, there's no nail under that shingle. No nail under that one. Alright, got this one out. Alright, perfect. Alright, now we have to get these nails out because they are in the top of our subject shingle. We cannot remove this shingle. As you can see, I can pull on it. It's not going to come out. I got to get these nails out. So now we're going to lift this one up. Look for some nails. Okay, we got one here. Okay. down here. There is, but it should not. So the nail is right here, straight down. We should be fine. Should not be in contact with that one. Okay, so we do have a nail here. This one here. Alright, through that we should be able to remove this shingle. Nope, still got one hanging on somewhere, so let's see. It's not under there. It's not under there. Might be just the pressure from the shingle, so let me remove this one. Might just be putting a little too much pressure, just pinching it, so. Still got something hanging on somewhere. Okay, got one up here. Alright, there we go. There's the culprit. Alright, so now we have our shingle out. Again, nothing's been lifted over 45 degrees. Have our shingle here, in which case, not sure what brand this is, but all right, so we'll slide it back in. Get prepared to start attaching this back. All right, so. And now again, I have 45 degree true, 45 degree square. Keep us from going beyond that while we're nailing these nails back in. Okay. So once again, now we're going to start from the bottom, go to the top. That should allow us not to have any binding anywhere through here. So we'll start here, we'll slide this underneath here. Let's go to a two-dimensional section. So here, all right. See how this shingle lifts up with this shingle? That's gonna keep this one from just binding. That's what we wanna do. We wanna create a situation where if we're not putting as much stress on the shingle, we can. And by doing top to bottom, bottom to top in that format, it keeps us from having nails locked in here while we're trying to put nails in right here, which keeps this shingle from binding up. Okay, let's put our 45 degree template right up underneath this one. Okay. And we want our nails to go in flat and true. That way they will not back out in the future. Okay. It's a very, very, very big problem that we see often, is that nail heads don't get put in really flat. What that does is it tends to cause a higher probability of nail pops, which we do not want. We want these repairs to be what they are meant to be and actually be good for the roof. Let's slide our 45 degree template in here. I'm gonna bring it over just a tad so it'll open this up a little bit more for me. All right, got that one. There's one. Let's get one right up here where we removed the last one. Nice and flat. There we go. Gotta do this side. Let's put this one in here. make 4. Let's get this one right here. All right, so now, once again, I'm not going to use my hand because that would apply way too much pressure. I'm going to use this brush. Very, very, very soft bristles. You can see, no problem, no problem, no problem. Let's see what it does to this repair. Okay, not too bad. Okay, got a lot of granule loss here. A lot of granule loss here. All right, so I'll definitely say that even though smeared chalk all over the place, that even though we were able to get these shingles loose, unlike the last time. Okay, yep, we definitely have some creases that have developed here. All right, so you can see right here, straight across. And again, I'm not putting pressure on this, I'm just showing. Right here, have another crease right here, another crease. This was there previously. We do have extra granule loss here on this one. This one, absolutely. This is even cupping up a little bit from where this one adhesive line here is holding on. Right here, same thing. This section's covered up with chalk right here, going across right here, going across both of these sections right here, going across everything that's right above this shingle here. Same thing, all of this, absolutely. You can see, watch, look at this, you see where this is cupping up? That is that pressure point. I mean, just loads of granule loss. Yep, see where this one's starting to cup up. I mean, so again, same scenario, different outcome. We were able to remove the shingle and get another shingle in, but now we have all this extra damage, and what we're implying is that yes, you did, we have a waste factor is added into this for stuff like this to happen. The only problem is, now if we take this one and this one out, it's going to cause damage to these two. If it causes damage to these two, then we're going to get up into the ridge. We have to pull the ridge off, well then we have to overlap. So in which case then we're going to get into the back and have the same problem. The right slope, we can't even get a shingle loose. So but please consider this video, in my professional opinion, this is going to be labeled a fail. The goal here, for the homeowner's sake mainly, is to do something to this roof when it comes to these repairs that is going to leave her in a better situation than what she was already in. And I'm aware that I used the same shingle. That was just for reference, on getting it out and putting one in. It doesn't matter that it's that one. This shingle has already been manipulated. It already has the damage there. It's already been manipulated by straight line winds that's caused that crease. So what we're trying to do is leave the homeowner in a better situation. And my professional opinion, I do not feel like this was a productive repair that will leave her in a better situation. I feel like this roof is in worse shape now, because now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damaged shingles rather than just the single one. And if we would have replaced this with a brand new shingle, we would have been sacrificing 4 shingles, gaining damage for 1 single shingle to go in here. Again, on the right slope, it's just anything that we try to get unstuck with that adhesive is gonna fail. So I hope that y'all will consider this video. I hope that I was able to do it justice in explaining kind of the issues that we're running into here. And I hope that you guys can just consider and make a fair judgment for the homeowner. If you need anything else from us, please shoot me an email, shoot me a phone call. I'd be more than happy to come and do tests on the back, on the other side. I'll do everything y'all need me to do to show that this roof is not repairable, but in my opinion, it's not. So thank you, State Farm, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and we'll look forward to hearing back from you. Thank you.